It's 10 a.m. We're here at 901 Main Street in the heart of Old Town Conyers in the Assembly Hall, and we're calling our meeting to order this morning. This morning we will have a few special recognitions and presentations. And Chief Sanders, I'm going to ask you to help me stay focused as we try to move this meeting this morning. I want to make sure that I don't omit or overlook anybody that's pertinent to our meeting and moving forward.
Good morning, Chairman.
Good morning.
So first on the agenda, we have a special recognition from Rockdale Water Resources for Drinking Water Week. We have Public Relations has a video, and Deputy Director Davis will present.
All right. Very good.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Commissioner, Chairman. I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of the purpose of Drinking Water Week. And I would like to begin saying this, that we are very excited to have Rockdale County to join us in this festivity and give you a little brief synopsis of what the purpose of us celebrating.
Okay.
Drinking Water Week, led by the American Water Association, is an occasion that underscores the critical importance of safety drinking water. It also serves as a tribute to the dedicated professionals who work tirelessly to ensure its availability. This year, Drinking Water Week falls on May 5th to the 11th, during the time which we emphasize the pivotal role of safe drinking water and recognize the continued efforts of our water experts who diligently maintain our water supply day and night. We, as Rockdale Water Resources, are proud to participate in Drinking Water Week. As part of our celebration, we are showcasing some of the best tasting water in the state of Georgia. This achievement is a testament to the exceptional professionals who work diligently to make this possible. And I don't know if y'all saw Dripette or Drippy outside.
Yeah, in fact, we did see both Drippy and Dripette outside. They were capturing a lot of attention of the drivers and motorists going down Main Street here in Old Town. But let me just, Commissioner Washington, just for a moment, I want to elaborate just for a quick second about the fact that Rockdale County RWR won the 3rd place in the entire state for the best drinking water across the state of Georgia. You know, each week we come into the meetings here, and if folks are really paying attention, they will see the amount of money, the amount of funds that are contributed to making sure that we have clean, safe drinking water here in Rockdale County. We spend a lot of money on chemicals and making sure that the process to process our water and make sure that we protect our water in Rockdale County. Hats off to Director Pete, Deputy Director Davis, Deputy Director Jameson, the entire crew. And then you cannot leave out Miss Maria Flint. She's our utility education specialist. Let me tell you something. She took you're talking about grabbing the bull by the horn. She, whatever you want to call it, but she brought life to this whole utility education, the do's and don'ts of water and stormwater management, educating folks, really getting the young people engaged in our local schools, getting our senior citizens more engaged over at the Senior Services Center and throughout all of our HOAs in Rockdale County. Absolutely. She has been present. The last piece I want to mention about Ms. Flint, she has this collaborative spirit. She works very well with the fire department, sheriff's office, parks and recreation, public relations, and it's like they have just come together as one unit, moving throughout our community, really putting the good news. When you get young people excited about something, particularly when it's something they need to learn, when you add fun to education, fun to learning, people receive it a whole lot better. Let's give all of them a round of applause. Deputy Director?
And Chairman, I don't know if it's the right time to invite folks to go get something to drink, but on your way out when you leave for the day.
Well, we won't interrupt the meeting and send them outside the meeting. That'll create a whole lot of chaos. I will encourage folks, as time will continue to evolve throughout this meeting, you would like to have a nice cup of cold, good Rockdale water when you leave the building. Get your a cup of water outside, interact with Drippy and Drippette. They'll be glad to see. Take a selfie with Drippy or Drippette before you leave the building and post it all over the place so folks will see that we're moving in the right direction with clean water and good tasting water in Rockdale
Absolutely.
County.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you, Deputy Director.
I'm sorry, we have the video ready.
Oh,
Yes,
If you want
thank
to
you.
play that.
All right.
Okay. Public relations must be working on the sound.
Well, the one thing we know as they're working on the sound, that speaks to her level of community engagement and community involvement. The fact that she's moved all over the county in a small amount of time being in this role, being able to engage and educate, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the education with the community and being out there in the trenches, explain. Teaching water can be fun, and as you see, they really welcome her all throughout Rockdale County Public Schools, and our private schools are calling on her as well. Again, let's give Maria Flint and her team another round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right, we'll keep it moving.
All right, so we are under agenda review.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with unfinished business. Number 146 is future land use map case 2023-02, an ordinance to amend the future land use map of Rockdale County, Georgia's comprehensive plan as amended, so as to redesignate property located at Northwest Ebenezer and 0 Highway 138 from the office institutional future land use category to the high density future land use category, to repeal conflicting ordinances and for other purposes. This will be before you for a second reading.
Okay.
Number 147, rezoning case 09, an ordinance to amend the official zoning district map of Rockdale County, Georgia, as amended by rezoning Northwest Ebenezer and 0 Highway 138 from AR Agricultural Residential District to MRU Mixed Residential Use District, to impose conditions upon the property, to repeal conflicting ordinances and for other purposes. This will also be before you for a second reading.
Good.
Nothing on the consent agenda. Regular agenda. And I'll go until you stop me.
Okay.
Or stop.
All right. And Commissioner, if you feel free to jump in wherever you see fit.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Item number 213 is for the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council for Juvenile Court, Juvenile Justice Incentive Grant, a change order number 1 to C-2023-113, additional funds for continuation of functional family therapy, add $265,287. And the time is through June 30th, 2025, and this will be before you for a ratification. Item number 214, Southern Off-Road Bicycle Association, SORBA, with General Services. This is an MOU for partnership in creating and maintaining mountain bike trails at South Rockdale Park. This is change order number 2 to C-2019-95, to add new trail construction services for Connector Trail at South Rockdale Park in the amount of $14,955, and this is SPLOST funded. Item number 215 is with Enterprise Fleet Management through General Services, Fleet Services, for the fleet replacement plan. This is change order number 14 to contract 2022-164. This is for 4 vehicles for stormwater management in the amount of $54,436.80 per year. This is utilizing stormwater enterprise funds, and this will be before you for ratification. Item number 216 for Enterprise Fleet Management through General Services and Fleet Services, and this is for the fleet replacement plan. This is change order number 15 to contract 2022-164. This is for 1 vehicle for Parks and Recreation for $13,714.20 per year, and this is host funds before you for ratification.
Very good.
Item number 217 is with McCarthy plus Barnsley, a joint venture through General Services. for construction management for the judicial and administrative complex. This is change order number 1 to contract 2023-149. This is construction packet number 1 for electrical switchgear. This is an additional $612,627. This is for 3 years, and it will be bond funded. And I did want to point out on this item particularly, this is the first subcontractor award for the judicial complex, and this is a local vendor.
Oh, wow, that's
This is
really
in
great
Conyers.
news. That's-
Yes.
Wow, Chief, let's just pause for a second. Commissioner?
I was just gonna say, I would like to see if there's something we could do with PR to highlight our local vendors when they get substantial contracts. Because I was in the barbershop, KJ's barbershop, explaining how much we're trying to bring in not only historically distressed businesses, but local businesses. So I would like to do something where we are highlighting the big contracts we're giving to our local and historically distressed businesses.
Commissioner, I think that's a great idea. The work that Ms. Stacy Bonner Lewis is doing with EBO has already partnered with public relations, and I think that brings it full circle with your recommendation to make sure that we're getting the word out in the streets, in the community, as to how to get engaged, but more importantly, that we are engaging folks, because there was a sentiment out there for a while that people were not having an opportunity. And then the young lady who is her
Definitely.
Yes, Ms. Lee. Oh my goodness, she has done a fantastic job. She did a wonderful presentation at the Atlanta Business League annual meeting about a few weeks ago there in Decatur, representing Rockdale County and putting the word out. So I think all of those things make a whole lot of sense. And she referenced the barbershop. There's a lot of just raw conversation at the barbershop, and people want to know. It's a great platform, great idea, Commissioner. Absolutely. I know that we can make that full circle with the work of the EBO officer and all already what Ms. Lee is doing, and we can make sure that we get the word out to folks to continue to be engaged and how to get engaged with what's going on with this particular project. So, Chief, I'm glad you pointed that out, because we've put a lot of emphasis on local engagement, local involvement, and there it is. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Item number 218 is with Interdev LLC for technology services. This is option number 1, GIS analyst block of 60 hours, and this is $5,100 for 1 year. Item number 219 is with Comcast Business for technology services. This is for border gateway protocol services. This is change order number 2 to contract 2021-212, a change to the routing of network traffic. There is no additional cost. This is for 60 months. Item number 220 is through Matterport Incorporated for fire rescue. This is an annual subscription for fire investigators for 3D cameras. This is change order number 1 to contract 2023-84. This is a price increase from $1,200.55 yearly to $1,930 yearly. This is a renewal term through March 15th, 2025.
Okay.
Item number 221 is through FEMA with fire rescue. This is for fire and life safety education and fire prevention program. This is a grant application for $253,480, and this includes a 5% match, which would be $12,070.48. The term is July 31st, 2025 through July 31st, 2027.
Okay.
Item number 222 is with Georgia Environmental Finance Authority, GEFA, for water resources. This is for drinking water state revolving fund loan for $155,000, and this is a ratification. Item number 223 is with Georgia Department of Transportation for water resources. This is a standard utility agreement, contract item agreement for the Honey Creek Road Bridge replacement over Snapping Shoals Creek. PI number 0015100. This is estimated at $61,449.04.
Can we go back to the loan? Because I know people that are listening are going to want to know why we're borrowing more money. And since this was a strategic loan, I would like for it to be explained to the people.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
The GFA loan, actually, we have been working at this GFA loan to assist us in the lead and copper situation that we have to adhere to from the EPA and EPD. And it took us a minute, but we wound up getting the $155,000. And when this loan is utilized, we will actually pay nothing back to this loan. But we must utilize this loan according to the standards that they require us to do so.
So basically, it turns into a grant
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm
after
sorry. Yep.
once we show that we're doing everything that we.
It becomes a
are
grant.
supposed to.
We pay zero back.
Okay.
So once we're in compliance and meet all the requirements, then this is really a grant. I'm gonna just call it a gift from Rockdale County. Is that right?
Absolutely,
All right,
absolutely.
We appreciate every gift that comes our way.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Director.
And there is no origination fee on that.
Yeah,
That's been
yeah.
waived.
All right, next item.
Okay, we're going to item number 224. Yeah, sorry. Georgia Department of Transportation Water Resources Standard Utility Agreement Contract Item Agreement for Salem Road Widening Water and Sewer Relocation, PI number 0013628, estimated at $7,292,100. Item number 225 is for Atlas Technical Consultants, LLC, through Transportation for Project Management. This is change order number 10 to contract 2020-23. This is to add bid preparation for Courtesy Parkway Extension, engineering staff augmentation with update of schedule of fees. This is an additional $150,000 and to extend the term by 12 months through 12/31/24, and this is SPLOST funded. Item 226 is with ER Snell Contractor through Transportation for Sigmund Road Widening Phase 2 for GDOT PI numbers 0013163 and 0012886. This is change order number 7 to contract 2021-35. This is a 90-day extension only through June 29th, 2024 for completion of construction, closeout, and final acceptance. This is SPLOST funded. Item number 227 is with One Spoon LLC through Parks and Recreation. This is for use of American Legion Field for parking work trucks and crew cars while filming. This is $3,300 in revenue, and the term is 4/22/2024 through 4/29/2024, and this is a ratification. Item number 2.
Chief, if you would,
Yes.
I want to go back just a little bit. You catch your breath there. I want to go back to item number 226, please. I want to talk about very briefly the Sigmund Road widening project. So we've received a lot of positive feedback on the widening of Sigmund Road. But I did have an opportunity over the last week to speak to several businesses along the Sigmund Road corridor, particularly in the area of Rockbridge Road. They are super excited about the widening project. However, they're asking that folks will slow down, and because now that the road has widened, folks have really increased their speed. The travel has just, the speed has just really increased. There was a section, if you all remember, of Sigmund Road, if you're traveling eastbound, that the road, it was a 2-lane and it merged into a 1-lane. And right in there, if you didn't yield to the other vehicle that's heading in the same direction, you could have a problem. Well, also that's where the speed happens to increase. So don't be surprised if you see the presence and the visibility of more Rockdale County Sheriff's Office deputies out there patrolling, because we need people to slow down. The road is much clearer. You can see the visibility of the road is just wide open, and people you have 2 lanes on each side. So it's a much faster thoroughfare. However, the speed has increased, and now when I say the speed, people have increased their speeds. The speed limit has not increased. Let me be very clear. The speed limit is still the same as it was pre-construction. So oftentimes people, when they see a wider landscape, they just want to really put the pedal to the metal. So I'm saying to you all, slow down. We still have local traffic. We have school buses, school is still in session, and we have those businesses in there as well. So this is a serious matter, and I want to make sure that I point it out in such a way. So just be mindful. The project is a lovely landscape. The boulevard lights look very, very good, and they're moving into the next phase. But we do need people to be mindful of their speed. We want to prevent as many accidents as possible, but don't be surprised if you see a blue light in your rearview mirror because we need people to slow down. So
I feel like I've been seen, like, I've
well,
up and down
Commissioner,
the street.
as the old folks would say, if the shoe fits, then you need to wear it.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'm really asking you to lead by example, Commissioner
Right, okay.
Washington, and slow down as you
down.
travel east or westbound on Sigmund Road near the new construction.
I'm going to hear his.
Right. It won't matter that you're a commissioner.
I know.
You will get cited.
Right.
Next item, please.
Item number 228 is with the Corey Brown Band through Parks and Recreation for a band performance at the Sunday brunch at Costley Mill Park Event Center. This is for $3,500 for May 19th, 2024. Item number 229 is with Avery Baker through Parks and Recreation. This is to be an instructor to provide esports gaming leagues at Johnson Park Recreation Center. The estimated revenue is $3,000 with a 70-30 split. The term is June 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2025, with option to renew for 2 additional 12-month periods. Item number 230 is with the Atlanta Regional Commission through Parks and Recreation Senior Services. This is a transportation travel voucher grant, AG 2442, in the amount of $22,154.50. The match is $5,538.63. The term is October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. Item number 231 is with 20th Television Productions through Parks and Recreation for filming Will Trent Season 2 at Costley Mill Park in the amount of $8,600 of revenue. And this is for April 10th, 2024 through April 17th, 2024, and this is a ratification.
So, very good. That's Redmond. I'm going to go to Director Redmond real quick. I want to ask you. So, Director Redmond, we often, Rockdale and the city of Conyers is no stranger to the film and movie industry.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what has happened over the last few months, but several of our residents have called in wanting to know how can they become an extra. They want to be on the big screen. They want to be in the movie, and our office has absolutely nothing to do with that. Who is responsible? Who is the point of contact? And I do know they have extras from time to time, and sometimes they bring them in, and sometimes they use local people.
Yes.
What should we tell the folks who want to see themselves in the movie?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are correct, Chairman. Parks and Recreation does not handle that part as assigning people to be extras or anything of that nature. Miss Rita Braswell, she works for Conyers Rockdale Economic Development Council, CRESI. She is the liaison for the film community for
Miss
Conyers
Rita Braswell
and Rockdale.
Okay.
Yes. So anything that comes to Conyers, the city of Conyers or Rockdale County, the first contact is Miss Rita Braswell.
Okay.
So Miss Rita Braswell, and I'll be honest, that's not her job either to assign extras. However, she may have more in-depth information to some of the
She may know
companies.
somebody that knows somebody.
She may.
Okay,
Director
well, go ahead and
Redmond does
put her
not
on
know
one. I would
anybody
hope that she's
that knows
watching this
anybody.
broadcast. Ms. Braswell, if you're watching, this is served notice to you that you're going to be getting a lot of calls and inquiries because we have a lot of folks on different demographics throughout Rockdale County who want to be a part of the film and movie industry and they want to see themselves on the big screen. And some folks, I've had several folks say, look, I don't want to get paid. I just want to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So tell her to send us some kind of contact number or something that we can incorporate because we seriously have been inundated with a lot of calls because people see the movie in the film trucks, particularly when they were just down the street here in Old Town the other day. I mean, we received a lot of calls. Folks want to be in Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Rita Braswell.
Rita Braswell,
Okay.
yes. Her information is on the website.
Okay.
If you look on either the Rockdale County website, my name is listed and her name is listed underneath my name as a family contact. So her
Okay.
information.
And Ms. Rita Braswell is with the Conyers-Rockdale Economic Development Council.
Yes.
She serves as a point of contact for film and movie industry.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good.
Thank
Thank you, Director. I wanted to clear that up because a lot of folks have really been asking about that. Thank you. Next item.
Okay. Item number 232 is a surplus of equipment for Parks and Recreation. Item number 233 is a resolution authorizing the end of the local state of emergency, and this is for ratification. And Director Morgan is prepared to come up and talk about that.
Director, come on up, sir.
Morning, Chairman, Commissioner. Yes, before you is a request to suspend the current local emergency declaration that we did back the day after the tornado. It has been 5 weeks, and how it reads is: conditions resulting from the event have returned to a manageable and safe state. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet, but it means from the initial response and the initial response from the county, we are through that period. We no longer need the emergency declaration. Our debris hauler has completed their work. They've completed the grinding. They have left the premises. And our SBA, Small Business Administration, who set up shop at the EMA facility, they have gone on to the next disaster. The application period for those people is still open. You can use the SBA website, and the deadline for physical damage is June 11th of this year. The deadline for economic damage is January of 2025. So they leave the application period open.
Very good.
We'll have that information out. If someone still wants to stop by the EMA office, we have a flyer with a QR code. We do not have the applications. Everything is done online, but we still have some of their flyers there available for people. But from our standpoint, it's time to suspend the declaration.
Well, we appreciate, again, all of the work that EMA has done during the aftermath of the initial response, let me say that, and of course during the aftermath of this whole event. But to know that the window of time is still open for those who need assistance, that is refreshing and that's good news. So.
And those are loans from the SBA, they
Right.
are not grants.
They're loans.
And there's an application process. To my knowledge, there's been almost 40 put in from the Rockdale County.
Okay.
And it's a linear process. So when they left, I got an update from Henry, the gentleman in charge, and so far about 7 or 8 had already been approved for Rockdale County residents, and more will come as the weeks go by.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Director.
All right. Item number 234 is with Comcast Cable Communications Management LLC through Technology Services for Comcast access right-of-way to property for 3100 Highway 138 Northeast, Conyers, Georgia. Item number 235 is with Dialpad Inc. through Technology Services for the digital subscription services for water resources and tax commissioner. This is change order number 1 to contract 2024-07. This is to increase telephone lines from 8 to 58, and this is at no cost.
Very good. Very good.
Okay. So we are down to the public comment section, and we have no cards. Is there anyone wishing to fill out a card to speak?
Okay, we'll go right on into board comment, and I'll start with Commissioner Washington.
Well, first, I would like to say I'm so excited about the water resources day, the drinking water. I was out in the community yesterday, and somebody asked about the quality of the drinking water. So I'm going to, of course, facilitate that conversation. But I was so proud to say that we came in 3rd place in the state of Georgia when they asked me about the quality of the drinking water. So I think that went full circle. But also I have been busy. So last week was National Adopt a Pet Day, one day last week, I don't remember. But when I saw it, I said, let's start a new initiative here in Rockdale County to, number 1, showcase our animal shelter, which we are very, very proud of. And then number 2, let's see if we can try to get some of these pets adopted. So, Chairman, you're going to have the cat section, but
That's funny. That's really funny. You've got jokes. But go ahead.
So we're going to start with our new initiative.
See how that goes.
Adopt a Rockin' Pet. Still can't hear.
So we are still having some issues with sound. Public relations hasn't worked that out yet. So if you'd like Director Morgan to come up and
Yeah,
give some details.
We'll just wait until
Okay.
next week for the videos because I really want people to see the pet because, it's all intertwined with.
Well, you want to take advantage of Director, but maybe they'll get it worked out. Come on up, Director Morgan. I think it'll be beneficial if he talks a little bit about it, and we'll give a chance for PR. They may get the technology worked out while we're talking.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Commissioner, for taking this as an initiative. We are very excited to have this spotlight that will come up with animals that we have that we think would make great pets for families in Rockdale County. And we're seeing an increase, I hope of people who are interested in adoptions. I hope it translates into adoptions. Just as a example, our new adoption pet trailer is in such high demand that we cannot keep up.
That's a good problem to have.
It is because the word is out. People have seen it advertised here and in other places. Saturday 2 weeks ago, we could have booked it 5 times in one day, and we had to say, I'm sorry, we already have it booked here. We had it in the afternoon. So if you're listening to this and you have a school event, church event, county event, and you would like our pet adoption trailer, do not wait. Get it on our calendar. We'll be glad to be there, but we can't be at everything because people are very interested. It's a nice tool to have. You can still come by the shelter. You can see these dogs and cats who are going to be in these, and I'll protect you, Chairman, you won't have to do any cats. But to see these animals that are ready and willing and love to go home with you, and we appreciate the spotlight you're throwing on us. Thank you very much.
So what they said last week was that when people see the pets in the trailer, they'll go home and think about it over the weekend, and then they'll come back the next week and adopt. So they've gotten a lot of adoptions that way.
Yeah, and exactly. They'll see it at 10 o'clock, go to the Cherry Blossom Festival, and come back at 3 o'clock and take them home. Or they'll say, I'll be there Monday morning, and they are there Monday morning to pick up their animal if it's still available. So it's a great tool, and people need to think about it. Make sure you're adopting for the right reasons, but we have some great animals. Thank you.
I want to ask, I heard what you said about the good problem to have that
Yes.
so many people, the adoption trailer is in high demand. What recommendation coming out of your office and animal services, how early should someone submit a request to have the trailer at a school or church? Because really what you were saying, Director, is don't wait till the last minute.
And
so what would be a more processed time for you all to schedule?
At this point, with the summer coming up and early fall and back to school, I would say a minimum of 6 weeks out.
Okay.
And I still can't guarantee that the date you pick is not already booked. But as soon as you figure out you have an event and you would like for us to be there, please call 770-278-8403 and ask about the adoption trailer for your event. That's 278-8403.
Thank you. Thank you. Chief, do you know whether or not PR has that video ready with audio this time?
Not right now. The technology service is back there, so we can.
Okay,
circle back.
they're working on it. Let me just highlight Commissioner Washington just for a quick second with this whole adoption. What is it called? Rockin' Pet?
Rockin' Pet. Right, Rockin' Pet.
It's your initiative. That's why I
Right,
want.
exactly, and that was my name.
Okay.
But it was on the spot. It's
Okay.
Rockin' Pet. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about how did you come up with this, Commissioner?
The name or just the initial?
The whole thing.
So,
Tell us
like
about
I said, I was reading about National Pet Adoption Day. Actually, I saw Nicole Love Hendricks on Facebook with a cat.
it. Okay.
And I said, I can do better than just a picture with a cat. Why don't we start, if you don't know, Nicole Love Hendricks is the chair of the Gwinnett County Commission. So y'all know how I if I see something good, I want to outdo it. So I saw that she was highlighting this cat, and I said we could do better because we have invested so much money and time and energy into our furry friends. So I contacted PR. I said, let's do a whole initiative where we highlight a pet once a month. And they met us down there, and there we came up with the name Rockin' Rockdale Pets. And we filmed our first segment. So I'm sure it'll be on Channel 23, and hopefully next week we can have the audio. But the dog that we're, I think her name is Millie. Is it Millie? Willow. The dog is a lab, and so she hugs. She'll actually jump on you and give you a hug, and all of that was captured. So I'm excited about it.
Well, good idea, good initiative, absolutely. All right, very good. What do you have next?
So we another initiative that I had the honor of taking place in this weekend was Voices of Muslims. It was an initiative where they invited county commissioners from all over the Muslim community, invited the commissioners from all over the metro Atlanta area to talk about things that are going on in their respective counties, introduce them to the Muslim community, have contact. So that was a very informative, and it was a great learning experience to understand that the needs of a different sect or religious sect are the same. They're concerned about the same things: drinking water, quality of life, the same things. And so it was a good showing. It was a room full of people. Like I said, we had commissioners from Newton, Gwinnett, Cobb, Fulton, Rockdale. It was really good. So I hope one day we'll be able to bring something like that here to the Rockdale County area. The next thing, Firefighters Appreciation Day. We got to celebrate with Chief Mack and celebrate our firefighters. That was a lot of fun. That was on Friday. And we, once again, Chief Mack, were you on the grill? Were you grilling? I know we had some very good hot dogs, hamburgers. I wanted to thank you for all of your service, and I really do appreciate all of the firefighters. Alpha Derby, congratulations to the Sigma Eta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha, who participated in that scholarship fundraiser for Alpha Phi Alpha. I had the pleasure of being able to present them with a proclamation from the county. So that was on Saturday, and then Sunday, the Atlanta Black Chamber, I had the opportunity to represent Rockdale County at the Atlanta Black Chamber's High Tea and High Fashion, where they talked about economic development opportunities throughout the African American community in Atlanta and all of the suburban areas. So pretty busy weekend, but we got it all done.
All right, very good, very good. What else you got?
Well, the other was a video, and outside of that, that's all I got.
Well, the good news is we are going to save the videos for next week. We will air them next week. We'll have all the technology worked out. But in the interim, I'm going to move forward to bring up Director Njoku. I'm going to talk about war on litter. We had a lot going on April the 19th. We had the groundbreaking of the Judicial Administrative Complex. But while that was happening, our teams, our crews were out in the county. Director Njoku.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner. Thank you so much for this time. Maybe everybody knows or maybe has forgotten, April is Earth Month. And in the spirit of Earth Month, Rockdale County participates in the War on Litter. This is our opportunity to get out there to make sure that to keep up with the beautification of our county. This year, this team was led by the Community Development or Community Improvement Team. I love the fact that the team came together with code enforcement and volunteers to all meet and strategize, even though it was a rainy morning, to be able to get out and get the jobs done. 59 volunteers joined up with 11 county departments to pick up 2 deceased animals and 2,777 pounds of litter was collected in the time frame. We want to give a special thank you to the 11 departments that participated, and of course the volunteers that came out from Rockdale County, from many of our churches and non-for-profits. Those that really value the county really came out regardless of the weather to really participate in making this a resounding
And
success.
speaking of the weather that day, it turned out to be a gorgeous day that day. We had a little early morning sprinkle, but nothing that delayed the groundbreaking. Certainly didn't delay the war on litter. Great planning.
Right, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Director. All right, next up, I want to get a report from Director Hammer. One of the things I've asked Director Hammer to do in coordination with Parks and Recreation is to take a real close look at the security and the lighting over all of our trails throughout Rockdale County, particularly Wheeler Park. We've had some vandalism to take place over there with some of the lighting that we've installed, but we want to be proactive, and we're taking some various steps as we move into the future to be proactive instead of reactive with surveillance cameras in our trails and our parks to help law enforcement capture people and track down folks who do things that they should not do. Just giving an update on where we are and some of the measures that we've taken with the lighting and some of the vision for the security.
All right, good morning, Chairman and Madam Commissioner. Yes, in conjunction with Director Redmond, Parks and Recreation, we're looking at a current plan to encompass all of the trails, all the trail systems, with particular emphasis at the buildings. It's very difficult to get lighting and security cameras where you don't have power. It becomes a lot more expensive. So the low-hanging fruit, the first phase of what we're going to do is provide cameras and lighting close to the main parks such as Lorraine, Wheeler. There's several sides. There's actually 3 areas at Wheeler Park we can do. South Rockdale Park and some of the others where we already have pavilions, buildings, restrooms, that type of thing along the trail system. And then we hope to expand it from there to be able to capture at our parking lots with the cameras or tag readers as well. We're looking into that. And then hopefully we can expand that to either providing power along the trails or maybe doing solar lighting is another possibility that we're looking into. That way we can do all of that. So we're going to start with the trails that are most used, such as Wheeler Park. We're going to be looking at that, and then we'll expand from there.
Well, I appreciate this brief update. This lines up, Commissioner, with what we've talked about in terms of public safety being our top priority. We have to make sure that our trails are safe, that so many people take advantage of the use of Wheeler Park and the walking trails between Wheeler Park and Johnson Park and even out at Causeway Mill. So we want to make sure people feel safe. As they're taking, a lot of times there's a big group early in the morning when it's still dark outside, and having that lighting is critically important. But I like what he said about having the license plate readers and having the surveillance cameras strategically positioned throughout the area, because things do happen. And what we're trying to do in Rockdale County is be proactive instead of reactive. And when if those things happen in our trails and our parks, we can immediately support our local law enforcement, and that may expedite the capture of some of those folks doing things they should not be doing. You have to have public safety, and that includes all of our recreational areas. I'm looking for more down the road. I know it'll be a few months before we move forward with some of these initiatives, but to let the general public know, and I think to put a word out there that we are watching and we are aware, and that we're wanting to be proactive instead of just reactive. Thank you, Director. Next up is Director Redmond. Director Redmond is going to talk a little bit about the advanced opportunities for events and activities and programs exclusively for our Rockdale County taxpayers, our residents, and how they can get the first jump or first dibs perhaps on some of these events and activities, because we're not limited to just Rockdale County when we open up our Parks and Rec opportunities, but we want to make sure that the folks who pay for the amenities and on all of those things here in Rockdale County, the taxpayers, have a first opportunity to get in. Tell us about it, Director.
Yes, sir. Good morning again. So we are looking at some creative ways to open registration to specifically just residents of the county. Right now, we do have a resident, non-resident fee for most of our programs, if not all of our programs and some of our registrations. So this gives the residents first priority right now as it stands with the resident, non-resident fee. I actually spoke to a resident yesterday about that on the phone. We had a nice, healthy conversation, and I was able to explain some things to them to help them understand why the process is set up the way it is. Primarily, it's because of the database. Databases do not necessarily filter into resident, non-resident when you open a program. So again, we're thinking of some creative ways to make sure that we get the residents priority.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. We've had a lot of feedback about our residents getting first dibs and being involved. I think it's important that when we advertise and market these opportunities, that we do create a window of time that's exclusive for Rockdale residents. And then after that window closes, then it's open to whomever want to participate or get their young person enrolled and involved in some of the events. It's a good problem to have that people are excited about participating in parks and recreation activities. It's the whole theme of we're outside. After COVID, everybody wanted to be outside, and certainly as I watch social media all the time, I'm seeing people post the caption that says we're outside, and that's a good thing. It's healthy for people to be outside and be involved, but we want to make sure that we create that opportunity for those in Rockdale County. If you want to engage and participate, we'll have certain windows of time that'll be open for you. Once that window closes, then it's open to the general public. And sometimes that means a lot of folks from outside Rockdale County. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Anything while you're at the mic that you
just
want to tell
the
us
announcements that we have. We have a lot going on starting in May because it's getting warm, as you just said, and school is almost out for summertime. So, and this weekend we have Mother's Day coming. So I want to start by, and I know PR has some of the flyers. They don't have sound, so we can show my flyers. So, Saturday, May 11th, from 10 a.m. to 11:30, we will have a Mother's Day line dancing class. This will be hosted at Johnson Park. It is $5 per person. Light refreshments are provided. We encourage you to wear comfortable, casual clothing as you will be moving, and it is a very active program that we have. You can register at Johnson Park or online through our Rec 1 database, or you can call Johnson Park 770-278-7529 for more information on that one. We also have, and I'm just going to go in order by date, we also have coming up, the highly anticipated Sunday brunch in the park is back. We have a live DJ, band, food, drinks, and more. There will be a live performance by the Corey Brown Band. This is $35 per person to participate in the Sunday brunch. Register online or by scanning the QR code to purchase tickets for this event. Tickets will be purchased. We are allowed tickets to be purchased at the door as well, because some people are not as friendly with the database or with technology. And I know last time, again, we always try to learn from our previous events. Last time, some people had trouble buying tickets online, so we opened it to sell tickets at the door as well.
So is there a parking fee and the admission price, or one all-inclusive?
That is everything included, $35 per person.
Oh, wow.
This is Sunday, May 19th, 2599 Salem Church Road is the address that you would want to put in for parking. This is from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
So pause for a moment, Director, because last year you all introduced this to us for the very first time.
Yes.
And it was an overwhelming
Very
turnout.
overwhelming response.
Let me just ask this question. Are you prepared to handle the crowd? Because you're going to have a big crowd this time.
We are prepared, and I'm so glad you asked that question. There are 150 spots available, so it is possible that the event will fill up. So we will have staff, readily available to inform people if that happens. So my advice is to get there early. It is 1 to 5, but get there early. And most of the times with these type of events, Chairman, to be honest with you, people funnel in and out because it's such a long 4-hour window. Some may come at 1 and be gone by 2:30, 3 o'clock. That allows another crowd to come in. So
The three things you have in your favor: you have the weather, you have good food, and you have a fabulous band and entertainment. And people, this is the time of the year people again want to be outside.
Yes.
It was a big hit last year,
Yes,
so
it
I
was.
know with this upcoming opportunity and then the price. I don't know how you're able to do that, but that's a really price, because you said that it's all inclusive.
All
$35 includes your parking fee as well as your admission fee.
yes, sir, $35 per
Can't
person.
get that anymore.
No, you can't.
And take it from a bruncher.
The next activity coming is the beach opening, Sunday, May 26th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This again will be at Costly Mill. This is free admission to the public. We are anticipating a large crowd at this event as well. This is a very popular event that we have every year. 2599 Salem Church Road is the parking address again. For more information, you can also reach out to Costly Mill at 770-278-7209. Again, this is another well-attended event from the public. We are fully aware of how many people will possibly show up, and Easter taught us some things as well. But we are ready for this event and looking forward to it. A lot of kids come out. This is like the beginning of their summer, so they're happy to come out and get some sun and get in the water.
Let me speak to this one just for a moment. One of the biggest things about this event right here, it's local. It affords parents the opportunity to do a getaway in your backyard, so to speak. To have the beach out there, the waterfall that's coming down, the natural waterfall at Costly Mill Park is free. You're able to come out and have a great time. It's on Sunday after church. What a great time to come out and jump in the water, cool off, let the kids be kids. The sand, I've seen so many sand castles and umbrellas and beach towels. This is a big event, but it's affordable. It's in the backyard of our residents to give them family fun activity, something really nice to do. We do have lifeguards on duty out there, but we ask that the parents keep up with their children.
Yes, please do.
When you reference the Easter, we had so many, there was thousands of people at the Easter event, and I remember that one young kid, and thanks to one of the firefighters, but there was one young kid that got away from his parent, and he was crying his lives out. He couldn't find his parent, and the firefighter picked him up and walked him through the crowd, and he saw his mom. He leaped from the firefighter's arm to his mom's arm. But it's one of those events that family opportunity, but again, it's local, and it's right here in the backyard of Rockdale County for folks that don't have the means to go farther, and you can invest in what we have here in the county. So I just wanted to highlight that. That's going to be a big deal, and that is a big turnout because wherever there's water, people like to be.
They do. Yes, they do. We have all kind of fun out at the beach opening. Johnson Park Summer Camp is in full swing. It is from June 3rd through July 26th. Registration for summer camp was this past Saturday, May the 4th.
So that means it's closed?
It is closed. Okay. We registered 800 kids for the summer. 100 kids per week for 8 weeks is 800. The summer camp is filled. Wow. So I do want to go ahead and put that out to let people know that summer camp is full. But it's like you say, it's a good problem because it shows that the program is quality and people want to participate in it.
Well, I'm about to take care of myself on this one. You said registration is closed, right?
Yes, sir.
Folks, don't call me. Do not call me. The chairman doesn't have a hookup. I don't have a backdoor entry pass to get your child in the camp. It's not going to happen. Don't call me. The director of Parks and Recreation just said to us that registration has closed. And how do you find out about this stuff? Visit the website, go to social media outlets. We have all this stuff we've been advertising for a long time. But as soon as this happens, that's when I get these tons of text messages. Chairman, can you get my kid in? No, I cannot. So I'm just go ahead. We love you. We'll see you next year. Summer camp.
And lastly, Chairman and Commissioner, we have the 20th annual Rubber Ducky Race happening June the 13th, 2024. The race begins at 10 a.m. It will be at Costly Mill Park. Again, the parking address is 2599 Salem Church Road, Conyers, Georgia. Tickets can be purchased at Olivia Haydale Senior Center. The admission is $25 per person. It is due by May 17th. For more information, you can contact Melissa Pugh, 770-283-4778.
And what's the date of it again?
The date is June the 13th, Thursday, June the 13th.
Thursday, June the 13th.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, this is year number 20 for Rockdale County and the fabulous Rubber Ducky Race. If you've not seen this before, I encourage you to get out to Costly Mill Park that day. It is something to see. The ducks in the water. The seniors are gathered having a great time. It is the biggest senior picnic on the planet.
Yes, it is.
Here in Rockdale County. and we open it up with all these bright golden yellow duckies floating down the river there in the pond.
Racing.
It is something all for a worthy cause, I must say.
Yes,
all
indeed.
for a worthy cause. Your $25 go to a very well needed cause here in Rockdale County. For 20 years we've been doing it. They stole it from my hometown, Augusta, Georgia. They've been doing it about 60 years in Augusta. They actually put the ducks in the Savannah River, but we putting it in the Costly Mill water park out there. So make your way out.
Yes, sir. The proceeds benefit the program of the Rockdale County Senior Services, including the Meals on Wheels, the congregate meals, grandparents raising grandchildren, transportation vouchers, wellness, and pet bites. So that's what the money goes towards.
Very good cause.
Okay.
$25.
Yes.
Director, thank
That is
you.
it.
Keep
Thank
up
you.
the good work. You got a lot of work ahead of you. Your team got to be ready. All right. Very good. I want to give very briefly a quick update, and we will have a more robust update at our next BOC meeting, Chief Commissioner Washington, regarding our homeless task force. As you know, we launched a homeless task force. All of us here in Rockdale County, in the city of Conyers, we've seen a lot of increase of homelessness in our community. Well, I decided to launch a task force in conjunction with the city of Conyers and the Rockdale County Public School System, and they will be reporting. The task force will be reporting at our next BOC meeting as to where they are with the work and giving us a projected date of when they'll be back with recommendation as to how we will finally address the issue in Rockdale County. I think for many, many years, it's been a conversation of folks talking about it and just not really knowing how to handle it or how to properly address. And I met with the executive director this morning, and one of the things I said to him, I don't know what happened in the last 90 days. It seemed like we've had an influx of folks calling the fire department, they calling our office, people just showing up at places, and we've got to be able to help these citizens that are in need. And this task force has been comprised, and let me give a big shout out to Mayor Evans, the city of Conyers, and Dr. Terry Oates of the Rockdale County Public School System, because we have combined our efforts to be able to address the issue of homelessness. The reason the school system is involved because children are also homeless. Even if they're staying in an extended stay facility, that's not a permanent dwelling. That's a homeless situation. The first help of helping a person that is in need is providing stability, stable housing and shelter. And then you can work from there to really take care of their other needs. You got to give them a place to stay. And we're seeing a lot of that move throughout the county. I'm excited about our next BOC meeting. You have more data, more information and detailed information as to the nuts and bolts of how we're addressing homelessness here in Rockdale County. Chief, is there anyone I'm omitting? What is it?
Yes, EMA is going to provide a quick update on the weather siren
Oh,
testing.
yes,
People heard
yes.
last
Come
week.
on up, Director Morgan. Tell us about those sirens and yes, because I got calls on that too last week. You were doing some testing.
Yes, and we're still doing testing. We're about halfway through activating the sirens. The ones in the south part of the county have tested and they are receiving signals. We're still working on the ones in the north side of the county, so we are getting closer to having an actual activation date where they will be in service. But yes, that is proceeding quickly, and the vendor is still on site, and we're working with them.
Very good. Very
Thank
good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Chief, anything else?
No.
All right. Attorney Begg, anything from the legislative side? I know you're sitting in Executive Director Rutherford's seat this morning. Anything that we need to be brought aware of?
Not from the legislative side, Chairman.
All right.
And there's no need for executive session, I'll tell you that.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's good news. All right. Well, listen, this is the Mother's Day weekend. Want to say happy, all of our mothers, would you please stand up, all the mothers in the audience. Men, let's give our mothers a round of applause. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day. Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to take a moment to acknowledge all of our mothers in Rockdale County and say happy Mother's Day to them. If you're smart, you've already made your reservations to take mom out to dinner. If you're smarter, you've made dinner at home so you don't have to deal with the wait and all of the different disappointments that may happen as an overwhelming outpouring in our restaurants. If you do take mom out to dinner, we want to encourage you to shop the Rock. Shop local. Take it to some of the local places here in Rockdale County. County. Make the reservations now, and that way you'll get ahead of the. We cannot say enough about our mothers. This is Mother's Day weekend, and I want to make sure that we say Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers. I have to, technically, I just think I have to ask the question, is there any need for executive session?
No, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. This meeting is adjourned.